Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to do something in this video I didn't really do in a long time. I'm going to, yes, you guessed it, react to another Dhar Mann video for all time's sake because I was online, I was watching a lot of different things, and I've seen a lot of videos that like Dhar Mann, and I'm like, oh man, this just brought back horrible memories. So I wanted to go back to Dhar Mann's channel. I picked a random video, and I'm gonna react to it. Let's get started.
Riley, why don't you give it a shot?
Oh, I don't know.
That's totally okay. So first we're gonna distribute what's outside of the parentheses. And then we're gonna... Wow. What's going on, guys? Come on, no cell phones. Where did you get that?
Ms. Callahan, would you mind explaining the rest of the problem to me?
Of course, Riley, sure.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey.
How was your day? What's wrong?
It's Ricky again.
Your kid. What do you do now?
One of my students somehow has a photo of me in a bikini. It's from a long time ago, but Ricky is the only person who could possibly have something like that.
What is this guy's problem? He's got to get over this obsession that he has with you. You broke up, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
For now, just pray things don't get worse.
Come on, just one kiss.
Max, stop. We're at school.
No one's gonna see. Come on.
Max, no. Stop it.
You're such a prude.
Hey, Riley.
Hey, you know what? She did the right thing. If she's not comfortable, she doesn't have to do it. But I gotta say, since I last watched Dhar Mann, I gotta tell you, his production quality increased so much. I feel like I'm watching a movie or something on like the Lifetime channel. The acting's a little better. The sound quality, the video quality. This makes me miss the old Dhar Mann stuff, to be honest with you, where he had the bad acting and the bad sound quality. Like, I miss those Dhar Mann videos. This is, and I was kind of browsing through his channel, and he has something called Dhar Mann series now, and like long movies over an hour. I'm like, what's going on here? Was I living under a rock? Like, when did he have time to do all this?
Mrs. Callahan, a word. Who would do this to you?
It's my ex-boyfriend from high school. Every once in a while, he tries to come back into my life, and I don't let him, but it seems he's resorted to this now.
Have you contacted the police?
Yeah, I have, but because there's no way I can prove that it's him sending the photos, they say there's nothing they can do.
Do you have an attorney?
You know, this is very important actually for the youth. So, back in my day, even when I was in junior high school or whatever, we didn't really have like, we had dial-up internet and we didn't have camera phones. So it wasn't as common. But today, with all the technology, you guys got to be careful because, when kids are young, they're silly, they do stupid things. The wrong people could take the wrong pictures of them. And she's lucky, she's in the bikini photo, which, it's like whatever, it's not the end of the world, but there could be a lot worse out there. So you kids got to be careful out there.
Do you know how much attorneys charge per hour? We're barely keeping up with rent.
Mrs. Callahan, you're one of the best teachers we have here at Brookside. I really don't want to lose you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What, she's gonna get fired because somebody's sending around, a photo of her in a bikini? I mean, you go on people's Instagram. Are you kidding me? It's all over the place. I'm not saying it's like the right thing, but uh, it just seems very unlikely that she'd get fired over something like this.
Wait, is my job at risk? But I haven't done anything wrong.
I
We're
guess she's confronting
closed.
Her boyfriend, her old boyfriend.
Katie. Baby.
Don't call me that.
Come on. For old times.
You need to stop, Ricky, with all of it. With the photos, the harassment. You need to move on. It's been a decade. Let me live my life and go live yours.
Yep. That's not gonna happen.
Why are you doing this? I've never done anything.
Because, Katie, you broke my heart. We had a good thing going, and then you went and broke up with me.
Okay, I am not here to talk about our high school relationship. I moved on a long time ago, and so should you.
I'm not even surprised why this guy's obsessed with her. I mean, come on. How are you going to stay obsessed with somebody from high school? But look, you know, there's not much going on for him in life, so I get it.
Just leave me alone. I mean it.
Or what?
So you can use the quadratic equation to help solve it.
That makes so much more sense. Thank you. Can I ask you a question off topic?
Sure.
Do you think I should wear makeup? I heard some of the other girls saying I need to.
Well, do you want to wear makeup?
Not really. Not before their comments, at least.
Well, don't let anyone try to convince you to do something that you're not comfortable with. If you want to
This lady should be like a therapist.
wear makeup, then great. And if you don't feel pressured just to fit in.
Perfect.
Okay. Can I ask another question? It's a little more sensitive. I'd ask my mom, but she's not always the easiest to talk to. My boyfriend, Max, we've been together for over a year, and he's been pressuring me to do things I'm not really ready for. He said he's gonna break up with me if I don't.
Riley,
Bye.
I can promise you, this is not the type of guy you want to be with. Someone who really cares about you will never make you do anything that you're not 100% comfortable with.
Thanks, Mrs. Callahan. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Good, I'm glad. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to
She's a good lady.
become a teacher was to help young people avoid the kind of mistakes that I made while growing up. So you can come talk to me about anything, not just quadratic equations.
Riley, what are you doing here? School let out 30 minutes ago.
Miss Callahan was just helping me with something.
Uh-huh. I don't want you spending time with this woman, especially not alone.
What?
I don't need my daughter hanging out with someone who presents themselves like this.
Yeah, when she was in high school, or not even in like junior high school, when she was a kid.
As head of the PTA, I believe I speak on behalf of all of the parents when I say that Mrs. Callahan is not fit to be a
Oh, this is ridiculous. She was a teenager when that happened. Come on. Are you kidding? It's not like she has OnlyFans or anything like that. That's ridiculous.
member of the faculty here, or anywhere else for that matter.
With all due respect, I am more than fit to be teaching here. Not only do I have all the credentials, but the students love working with me. No one spends more time helping these kids outside of class than I do.
Isn't there like a teacher shortage? Can they really afford to lose another teacher? Especially someone who wants to be a teacher. You know how much teachers get paid? Not a lot.
Regardless of your credentials, you are not the type of role model that we want our children exposed to. Now, you know I know the law, and I will find grounds for dismissal if need be. Principal Thompson.
Okay, you know the law, so I guess you're a lawyer. But what law did she break? What law did she break? This is ridiculous. But, I'm not surprised. The Armand video. But you know what? I gotta be honest though, this is a different kind of ridiculous, actually. I can't blame Darman for this because his past videos were ridiculous on other levels, so this is actually not as bad. Sorry.
If you continue to allow her to teach here, then I'll simply notify the board. And that is not a very good look for Brookside or its principal.
What kind of a principal is this? Getting pushed around by everybody?
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Callahan.
Oh, that's it? She's fired?
All right, class, listen up. I am Mrs. Larson, your new teacher. I came from a boarding school, so you will all respect me. All right.
These seem like good kids. They're not like messing around. I don't know why she has to start out that way, but okay.
Now, who can solve this problem? Anybody? You? You?
What kind of a classroom is this? There's like barely any kids in there.
You. Get up there and solve the problem.
I was wondering when the bad acting is going to come back into a Darman video, and here it is. But to be fair, it's definitely not as bad as the classic Darman videos.
So, are you going to solve it?
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of nervous. Mrs. Callahan never made us solve problems in front of the class. She usually just worked through them with us.
Oh, well, in case you hadn't noticed, I am not Mrs. Callahan. I'll solve the problem. All right, class, since we're all being difficult today, I think it's time for a pop quiz. You go sit down.
I miss Mrs. Callahan.
Hi, sweetheart. Your father told me that you finally broke up with Max. Cannot tell you how happy I am. He was not the guy for you. Glad you finally came to your senses. Yeah. So how was school today? Do you like your new teacher?
Not at all. She's horrible.
Come on, Riley, she can't be that bad.
No, you don't understand just how bad she is. I want Mrs. Callahan back. Everyone does.
No, Riley, there's no chance I'm letting that woman near Brookside again. You'll get used to her. Just give it time. Oh. Look, I'm sorry I have to take this. It's my firm.
Teach.
Hey. Have you been in that same spot all day?
I just feel like my life is over. All I've ever wanted to do was teach.
Hey, don't worry. It's all just gonna blow over. And you're gonna find a great new teaching gig like that. Just you watch.
I don't know about
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching Full House.
that. Look,
Katie Callahan of Brookside High School was recently fired after some of her racy photos were leaked. The photos were sent to students, members of the faculty, and parents at the high school.
Oh, get out of here. I highly doubt that would make the news or some TikTok video.
I can't believe that's on social media. Babe, I'm so sorry. Do you want me to go confront this guy myself?
You think?
it's not gonna accomplish anything now. I just wish everyone knew the real story about what happened back then.
Well,
I mean, this guy, he's a nice guy. He really is a nice guy, but he's kind of a square. Well, what's he going to do? You know, if he goes to confront that guy, what's going to happen? What's that guy going to do? He's not going to do anything.
well, why didn't you tell?
Meaning, like, he's not going to stop, spreading the pictures.
I tried. The principal
No,
wouldn't.
I'm not talking about the principal. I'm talking about everyone.
That's some good advice.
Do you see these
Damage control. Very good. It works.
quizzes? F. Oh, F. Hey, look, another F. Woohoo! How you ever made it to the 10th?
Now,
You're right.
I cannot believe a teacher would actually speak to her students this way. She needs to go. Now,
You're right, that is unacceptable, but it is hard to find teachers these days. We're at the mercy of the substitutes we can get until we find a permanent replacement.
how long? This is my daughter's future we're talking about.
Month? Up to a year?
A year? No way. I want Mrs. Callahan back, please.
No, Riley. That is not even a question. She chose to behave inappropriately.
It wasn't her fault.
What are you talking about?
She made a TikTok explaining everything. You didn't see it?
Because this could really happen to anyone.
Yeah, damage control.
You see, my parents moved us to California my sophomore year. I was a shy kid and I never had.
When she said "you see," that's kind of like when Darman people would be like, "So you see," but it's just not as, this is like a lot more subtle.
A lot of friends. So I was pretty relieved when the senior invited me over to his table on the first day of my new school. Before long, we started dating. I was so excited. I had never had a boyfriend before, or even a lot of friends, to be honest. I felt like I finally belonged. What I didn't know was what would happen next. Ricky started pressuring me to do things I did not want to do, or even drinking alcohol. I would say no to try to get out of it, but he'd keep insisting.
You got to be careful who you you got to be careful who you hang out with.
I felt trapped. So for some time, I said yes to things that I now regret. After a while, I finally came to my senses and broke up with him. But that did not go so well. He'd try to retaliate against me every chance he got. And that's a bad decision can haunt you for a lifetime. As it's doing to me. What are you doing here?
Hi, Katie. Riley showed me the video that you did. And I am so sorry that you had to go through all that growing up. You really are a wonderful teacher.
Former teacher.
About that, I spoke to the principal. And Brookside would love it if you came back. If you're still interested.
Right. Good job.
Back ever.
Welcome back, Miss Callahan. We missed you.
I missed you guys too.
Excuse me. Are you Richard Smith?
Yeah?
I represent Katie Callahan.
All right, so I got to tell you, this is not what I expected. I expected the usual, "so you see," and then Darman speaking in the end, and all the same. He completely changed his roster. I don't recognize anybody. Oh, man. And you know what? I really wanted to hate on this video, but I can't. It's actually not terrible. The acting was not bad at all. The production value was fantastic. Bravo to Darman. He came a long way. But there was, it's so crazy because his older videos were so cringe. And you love to hate them. And now, in a weird way, I'm a little sad it's gone. That era is gone and it can't continue forever. I get it. But wow, I kind of miss the old characters and the bad acting and the bad production value and Darman throwing in his 2 cents in the end of every video. But, all right. Not bad. Not a bad video. Taught a solid lesson. All right. Until next time.